Everybody's here, let the good vibes show. Lead united, marching proud and strong. Dancing till the morning, all night long. Oh, we're marching on together, yeah. Good vibes rising, feel it everywhere. Last prediction, Stacy, Renee, Jess, Banner, Army, crew, we're the best. Oh yeah. Day buzz, we're dancing in line. From previews to reviews, it's party time. Fastest finger first, let the quiz begin. Cheering for leads, we always win. Mental health, we're here for you. Laughs and smiles will pull you through. Light it up, let the music play. Spanner Army dancing all the way.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into JSY Talks Crime. Please make sure we're smashing a like on the video, subscribing to the channel if we're new, hitting the notification bell, and as always, bless up and thank you for watching. So we are going to get into Suzy Lamplugh tonight, but before we do that, let's go around panel, make sure everybody's all right, get to chat, and then we'll get into it. How are we doing, Stacey, love?
Looking forward to getting this one done. So
I just put this one out there now. This stream, not football, not Formula One, not any other thing. It's just a crime night tonight. We're away from the football, so I'd appreciate it in chat if we can keep it to subjects of crime. How are we doing, Cruzy, love?
All right, not bad. Looking forward to this. Good. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this night.
Tonight's the night, Cruzy. How are we doing, Renee, love?
Doing good. Like, I started my project. Would you like to see how much I've gotten done? Can you see this time? So much like I'm gonna be doing this for the next like 10 years. This is horrible. Look, when it's done, it's gonna be gorgeous. But I had no idea what I was getting myself into with this. I'm never gonna get this finished.
Yes.
Big up, Jules, love. Now the jury's in the house, the judge is in the house. Big up now. Big up, guys. Get well soon. Big up, Wizzy. That is true. Big up, Josh, mate. Yeah, you'll be in chat now. Right, Stacey. Over to you.
I'm taking the floor again, am I?
Yeah.
So you got a lovely no PDF to go through, guys. No PowerPoint even. So, anybody before we start, then anybody in the chat familiar with this case at all?
But that picture, when they released it, she actually changed her hair colour.
Yeah, I've got that in next slide.
Wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, that picture.
Please made a mistake there straight away.
Yeah, this is the picture straight off the bat. Yeah, I agreed. Police made a big mess up by sharing this one rather than the one which is on the next page. I actually. So you know about this case then. So, but like we say, any input you got on this case, feel free to put it in the chat. No one's going to have a go for your opinion. we'd like to hear your opinion. You could always leave it till the end. Entirely up to you. But we'll go on the first slide. If you like, there we go. So her life, she was born on May the 3rd, 1961. Suzy Lamplugh grew up in Cheltenham as second of 4 children. The daughter of a swimming instructor, which is here, Paul and Diane.
They're both dead now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are both dead now. I've added that as well. So the daughter of a solicitor and swimming instructor, she would later be described by her parents, Paul and Diana, as bubbly and carefree with the zest of life. In 1982, she worked as a beautician on board the ocean liner QE2 before she became an estate agent in London. So as Jess stated at the start, the picture there is the actual photo of Suzy at the time she disappeared. So you can see the main
with Steve Wright, didn't she? Who killed all them prostitutes in Ipswich?
Yeah. So you can see the massive contrast in images from the one that the police initially shared to the one that was actually what she looked like at the time of her disappearance. It's the same person, but it's a massive contrasting picture.
Amazing what hair colour can do, isn't it?
Yeah. She looks a lot younger in that photo than she did in the photo that they originally shared. Because even the articles that were shared, she was dark-haired.
She's still being a blonde, though, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she ends up being a blonde.
Yeah.
But like you said, though, the police made a massive mess up with sharing that photo. Unless they didn't have this photo beforehand, which is a bit silly.
They did. They just released the wrong one, the one with the darker hair. Which is interesting, isn't it?
So the disappearance. On July 28th, 1986, 25-year-old Suzy had a pre-arranged meeting with a client to show around a house at Sherrods Road, Fulham. That sunny afternoon, she arrived at the property in southwest London and subsequently disappeared. When she failed to return to the estate office, her supervisor made attempts to contact Suzy, even going to Suzy's home to see if she was home. Her supervisor contacted Suzy's mum to state that she hadn't been seen by staff. After contacting her husband Paul to see if he had heard from Suzy, they proceeded to call the police to report her missing at 5:30. So I meant to add, though, I didn't get the picture of the address. So yeah, a few attempts were made by her supervisor, which I think was called Mark. Couldn't confirm that, which I mentioned his name. I think they contacted a lot of people, like clients that she may have arranged to meet.
Yeah, but in her diary, she had Mr. Kipper at 12:45.
Yeah, which is on the next slide. So yeah, it's not like she went missing and thought, she'll be fine. They've made numerous attempts to contact her, nothing. So we've gone to the investigation. When detectives arrived at her office, they found her diary, which contained the note for the day's appointment, which read 12:45, Mr. Kipper, 37, Sherrods Road, OS, with the OS meaning outside the property. Police then sought any witnesses who may have seen Suzy at the property in Sherrods Road. Several reported seeing a woman who they believed to be Suzy arguing with a man who was holding champagne and then getting into a car. Later that day, the officers found her white Ford Fiesta, registration B396GAN. This license plate is important for later on. Outside property in Stevenage Road, Fulham, at 10:01 a.m. This was 1.5 miles away from where she was last seen. The car key was missing and the handbrake was left off. Whilst inside one door side panel, police found Suzy's purse and the driver's seat was pulled back, which isn't in her usual seating position. So from what I've read, her car seat was really pulled back. I think she's quite short.
So exactly. So somebody's. Well, she had been driving it, actually. Somebody's got in the passenger seat and drive it.
So on the picture, we've got the image of the estate agent, and this is the actual photo of the diary entry where she was supposedly meeting Mr. Kipper, and the image is actually her car. So this is from the actual scene itself. So that's actually her car.
Yeah, because
there's a hat on the back seat.
Yeah.
So I'll get on to the mysterious Mr. Kipper. Police were able to put together a composite sketch of a man seen by witnesses. Her devastated parents were told she was missing, and investigators continued to search for clues concerning her whereabouts. Another witness reported seeing a black left-hand BMW at the same location where her car had been abandoned in Stevenage Road. The police believed this was a solid lead and made every attempt to locate the vehicle. So that's the composite. This is the composite sketch here, and this is actually.
There were witnesses that come out for that BMW, weren't there? That said it had fled across the road, came to a halt. Somebody were pressing the hooter in the car, and he said he said a blonde young lady in there. She looked like she were laughing, but could have been screaming. So obviously that beam's got something to do with it because it was seen about a bit.
Yeah,
it's a left-hand driver as well, which is unusual for Britain.
Yeah,
especially 86.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
So what they've done is they've obviously drove to his where they've met up there. She's parked the car up, and then obviously she's got in that BMW, hasn't she?
Yeah. Or she's parked up somewhere else.
And he's picked her up and took her to the house that they were supposed to be going.
Yeah, because
Mr. Kipper's a very unusual name, let's be honest.
Yeah.
They never traced this Mr. Kipper.
No, they didn't. Which is weird.
Just fishy, that's all.
Yeah, very fishy. Other avenues they looked to explore was the name of the man Suzy met the day she vanished. It was believed Kipper was perhaps a mispronunciation of the word Cooper, a Dutch name. I butchered that. Where it was perhaps, a Dutch name. However, this never led to anything significant or helped identify a person of interest. During the subsequent investigation, police tested Suzy's DNA against 800 unidentified bodies that matched her description without success. In the wake of their daughter's disappearance, Paul and Diana Lamplugh established a charitable foundation in 1986 they named the Suzy Lamplugh Trust. The trust was founded to raise the awareness surrounding personal safety and provides training to help stop people becoming victims of violence and aggression through campaigning, education, and support. The trust also offers counselling and support to the relatives of those listed as missing people. Lamplugh's parents also provided police with information about a man from Bristol some say may be involved with the death of their daughter. See, I didn't know anything about the Bristol man. Did you?
Yeah, because he lived in the Bristol area, John Cannan.
Ah, right. So
up and down, up and down, up and down. But you got to think, she had a boyfriend at the time because he was a stockbroker, and she also lived in a flat with a male flatmate.
Yeah,
and they were both questioned by police, but both had solid alibis.
Yeah,
and were witnesses corroborating it as well. So, you know. But all right then. So, Mr. Kipper, right? What could that be an anagram of? Kidnapper.
Could be.
Kipper, kidnapper.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And right, a few days before she actually went missing, somebody turned up to that estate agent with all these red roses by a mystery man, and it wasn't a partner.
No,
a couple of days before she actually disappeared. So, who were that sending flowers?
Could have been this mysterious Mr. Kipper.
But kidnapper, as an anagram, could also be kidnapper.
Yeah, it could be. But the speculation is obviously that she may have misheard the name and put it down as Kipper.
Hi, Smithy.
It was soon suggested in the press if Mr. Kipper's first name was Dan, the combined would be an anagram of kidnapper.
Kidnapper, yeah.
You know, that is true, Drooler, but that's with somebody else that he did. But yeah, let's go.
So the next slide is actually pictures that was provided to the press. This is all public. So obviously the 3 pictures there of her diary, the car, her actual car that they believe is the same BMW, and the picture next to the BMW is actually what they reused in the reconstruction. So
it's weird how that front seat were pulled forward, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
She was only a small lady, so that somebody's got to have been taller than her that's climbed into that driving seat. Let's drive seat and drove that car and parked it there.
That's like me getting out there when Tony's been driving. I've got with her.
That's why I believe that she's probably she's met up with him somewhere.
He's parked the car there and dumped it.
He's parked his car up. She's got in the car, or he's kidnapped her, or whatever. Obviously, we can say she's dead because she's legally been declared dead. And then he's
Yeah,
got back
1987
for
they
the car.
declared her dead.
Yeah, they've gone. The killer's gone back for the car and dumped it somewhere else.
But they never
To me,
found
that
that
would explain why it's
BMW, did
so
they?
far back.
No,
But they never traced the BMW.
no.
The white Ford Fiesta were traced. That was where it was found abandoned, but they never ever found the BMW.
No,
I
they
mean,
don't.
to trace the BMW might have been a lot more easy because it's a left-hand drive. It's not a right-hand drive. And there must have been a record of it. If it's come from abroad, it's got to be recorded in shipments or whatever when they come over, because it can't just come straight over in a car that's left-hand drive. It's got to go through all the rigmarole, this, that, and other kind of stuff. So it's got to be shipped over somehow. I just drove it over.
Yeah.
And can you believe that, though? 800 bodies are
Yeah.
the same as her, and not one of them were 800. How the freaking hell do you get 800? Do you know what I mean? Unclaimed bodies. It's horrendous.
How should the police work?
Well, they weren't exactly on the ball in the 80s. Well, let's be honest, and they
No,
booked it a fair few times
yeah,
in the investigation as it goes anyway.
yeah. So, as Jess has already mentioned, 3 years after Suzy's disappearance in 1989, police questioned a possible suspect in the case. Former car salesman John Cannon was already in prison, serving a life sentence for abduction and murder of 29-year-old Shirley Banks, who had been reported missing on the evening of 8th of October 1987. Cannon had been arrested on the 29th of October after he attempted to assault at knife point a dress shop assistant in Regent Street. He was found guilty of the murder of Banks, and attacks on 2 other women. Stand-up guy. Detective interviewed him in prison after learning that he had been released from a hostel after a previous sentence only days before Suzy went missing. Another claim they investigated was that Cannon's nickname in prison was Kipper. Some of his colleagues told police that he frequently wine bars in Fulham where the incident occurred. However, he refused to answer questions regarding the case and denied any knowledge.
The thing is with him, though, when he were in Bristol, I think that's where Shirley Banks were actually from, were Bristol. So that's why there were that link there. And he was an evil bastard. Anyway, what he did in that shop to that girl in front of her mum, an 18-month-old baby. And if you've ever watched any crime dramas with his name in it, he appeared in a dating video. And
that was really creepy.
Have you seen it? Have you watched it? How he speaks and everything? He's very well spoken, isn't he? Like he comes across as quite a well-mannered, posh bloke. If you're honest, he's well spoken.
Yeah.
Looking at him, to be fair, you know what I'm saying? But he did have a thing for kidnapping women.
Yeah. If you go back and find the dating video he did, it looks like him. In the dating video, it looks like him. That is a mugshot.
If you look at the E-fit, though, right? So there were a composite put in 86, right? And it did look like it. That's it. You look at that, though. It's big up Smithy, by the way.
See, I looked at this face. What an ugly mother.
To me, the similarities there.
Yeah, there is.
But there were another one as well released, right? And that looks even more like John Cannon. The 86 photo.
Yeah.
I'll find it in a second. I'll find it.
Because there was speculation that it was that Michael Sams, right?
Yes.
He did estate agents as well. And Leeds lost Julie Dart.
Yeah.
But the police could find no evidence that it was him. And Sam's only had one leg by 86. And nobody said that he had a limp walking. So they quickly ruled him out. And they quickly ruled Steve Wright out because Steve Wright were on the QE2 at the time, out of the country anyway. So there's only really John Cannon that were ever brought up in investigations for him, to be fair. And he was an evil bastard. I can't even lie. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, he only died last year, on my birthday this time last year.
Yeah.
Get well soon, Smithy, mate.
Man flu.
I'm going to develop more into.
Big up to us.
So in 1990, one of Cannon's ex-girlfriends came forward with information. Yeah, we got something on bed. Gilly Page claimed Cannon told her that Suzy's body was buried in Norton Barracks. Police then visited him again at HMP Full Sutton, York, where he once more denied everything. Page would later retract the claim. Cannon then wrote a letter to a local Sutton newspaper in August 1991 denying any involvement in her disappearance. Allegedly, an archaeologist visited Cannon in jail and was told by the convicted killer that a Bristol businessman was responsible for the murder of Suzy, commenting that, "I know who killed Shirley, Suzy, and another girl." The Independent wrote an article in July 1993 in which the newspaper argued that Cannon's life sentence imposed by the judge removed any incentive to confess to further crimes. In 1994, Suzy was declared legally dead, presumed murdered. So it's a good couple of years after the fact.
Well, because a bank account were never touched, nothing were ever touched. That day she went missing, that were it. It's like she vanished off the fucking face of the earth.
Yeah. 7 years is when they can give confirmation of death.
And it's not like they ain't dug up a lot of places, Cruzy, looking for her body.
They have to dug loads of places up, aren't they? Even side at motorways and everything. It's scary because when you look at her from York, I forgot her name.
Oh, I know what you mean. Claudia Lawrence.
Yeah, same happened to her, wasn't it?
That's the brain twist, that one.
She were best friends with my cousin that I don't really talk to on my dad's side of the family. And she put it all over Facebook and that lot, and every year when it's an anniversary. But yeah, that same thing with her. She disappeared into thin air, which is weird, isn't it?
You don't just disappear into thin air, though, do you, Cruzy?
No.
You're either murdered, you don't run, or you're dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You either die for natural causes, you're being murdered, or you don't run and you're in another country for something. You know what I'm saying? Just don't go missing. And nobody's ever heard of you again like she has. And let's face it, I'm what? So it's even older than me. So you're talking 40 odd years. But I still haven't found her poor body.
Well, 86.
And let's face it, if he did do it, the evil bastards took it to his grave with him.
Yeah, I was 15 in 86 and I remember it.
And I wasn't born.
Yeah, that's me. So Norton Barracks would resurface again in December 1999 when Suzy's mother received a letter claiming her daughter was buried on the site. A new cold case squad was set up in early 2000 under senior investigating officer Jim Dickey, who focused the search for the elusive Mr. Kipper. He had his team computerize the card index, which led to the discovery that other estate agents in Fulham had been contacted by a Mr. Kipper. Ooh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know that.
Who did I say? See, research.
Stacey, I do research, but sometimes you
I did this 3 times. Another of Cannon's ex-girlfriends came forward with information. Daphne Sargent told detectives that when she first heard about the case, she believed John Cannon was responsible. She commented, "As soon as I heard about Suzy, I knew it was John. It had all the hallmarks, right down to the champagne."
Yeah.
It was believed by many. Oh, sorry, Jess.
No, which champagne bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they reckon they see somebody turn up. When she went to that estate agent, apparently a witness see a bloke stood outside with a bottle of champagne. Strange, isn't it, that, to go visit her house taking a bottle of champagne?
Yeah.
It was believed by many officers that Cannon resembled the composite sketch of Mr. Kipper, and Sargent recalled how he had a strong interest in the case. There was speculation that Cannon may have been in a brief relationship with Suzy, and when she attempted to end their fling, she was abducted and murdered. The anonymous letter to Diane Lamplugh led to a 5-day search in December 2000 with over 30 officers combing the area in and around the site of the former Norton Barracks. A search was also made around an area between Pershaw and Drake's Broughton in a field off the B408-84, which was about 3 miles from Norton Barracks in Worcestershire. And I spelled that. Yeah, you know it. The same month, John Cannon. Oh, sorry.
No, go on, Stacey.
The same month, John Cannon was arrested for Suzy's murder and questioned in length by officers. Was not charged due to lack of evidence of his culpability. The following year, in April 2001, a cellmate of Cannon told a detective that the convicted murderer had told him Suzy was buried under the patio at his mother's house in Sutton Coldfield. It was also suspected that the fake number plate had placed on Shirley Banks' Mini had significance of the case.
Mm-hmm.
The plate, SLP 586S, was believed to represent Suzy's initials, and as well as 386 representing the grid reference to a Banks body was found near Northern Line 386. Norton Barracks is also located near 3 degrees. I want this longitude.
Yeah, they thought it was a grid reference, didn't they? To where the buried. Sorry.
Yeah. Detectives interviewed Cannon about this, and he admitted that initials might stand for Suzy, but reiterated his previous statement that a Bristol businessman was involved. Then why say it might be her initials and say it wasn't me?
It's trying to cover his tracks.
Yeah, I know it's a map number. I just couldn't remember.
Come on, it's too coincidental, that, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Why would he have that Mini with that on there? I don't think it's some sort of map reference, but police aren't brainy enough to work out what it is.
Still not.
Facts.
He said this man brought the car for £100 and responsible for the deaths of Banks, Lamplugh, and another woman. When the detective pressed if this man was Cannon, he replied, yes, but then immediately recanted his statement. Further search was conducted at the field of the B40884 in Worcester, but there were no findings. The property on Shipton Road in the West Midlands was then searched in 2002, although nothing of significance was found. Later that year, in November 2002, police made the decision to publicly name John Cannon as a potential suspect in the disappearance and murder of Suzy Lamplugh. Officers confessed they should have followed up on the information provided by Lamplugh's parents about a suspect from Bristol, and that John Cannon should have been the prime suspect much earlier in the investigation, and checks should have been made on all recently released sex offenders in the London area. Investigators confirmed publicly that this was their belief that Cannon murdered Suzy Lamplugh.
They might have believed it, but they could never pin it on him, could they?
No, they didn't have full proof to
No.
And don't get me wrong, that they only got in for Shirley Banks' murder because they found tax disc in his briefcase of her car, and I mean he were brutal. Like, he didn't care. He'd kidnap women in broad daylight in car parks and stuff. He wasn't like just waiting for somebody to walk down a dark alley. This guy were brazen.
Yeah.
Fact. And if you look at him and how he comes across, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just going to see if I can find his dating tape.
I mean, if you've ever watched him being interviewed, right? One, he never got put in any identity parade, right? So that's police, because when there's been witnesses, right, which did come forward if you watch any Crime Watch programs on it and that, right? Why wouldn't he never put in an ID parade? Makes you fucking wonder, doesn't it? Yeah. Right? And he was interviewed, at least 5 or 6 times. And if you've ever watched his interviews where he's getting interviewed, he turns his back on him in the end and sits the other way.
Yeah.
He didn't even engage with the police in the end.
That was like a big fuck off on it, really, to them. Look, listen, you keep doing this, and you're not getting nowhere.
And police were lazy, really, because they thought, do you know what, right? We know he's done it, sort of thing. We can't prove it, but he's never going to come out anyway. So, to be blunt, you know, he's going to rot in there anyway. It was lazy police in a way.
Like they said, he had no incentive to confess because he was already spending life in prison.
Exactly.
He had no incentive to confess.
The thing is, he might have thought, if I tell the truth about it now, I'll get longer. But what's the point? He's already serving life anyway, and he's not getting out. He'll never get out.
That's what I mean. He had no incentive to say, oh, yeah, I did it, because he was already serving life in prison.
No, but you know what as well, right? That could be a cheap thrill for him, right? Because he never confessed to that. So we can always go back to that and like reminisce, because you know what I'm saying? Like, some people are very sick like that in the brain.
Yeah.
I can't lie. They get off on it. It's fat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they get off on it.
Yeah.
Well,
And let's face it, how many women did he attack that we don't know about? Because what he did when he was an evil bastard.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I found it. I will, after we've done this, when I've done this slide, I will play his dating video.
Yeah, play it.
Sound as well.
Yeah.
I remember the dating video because it was just, I was sat there so blazing.
Yeah.
And that, you know.
If you look at the video and look at the composite sketch, it's too identical to be not.
Yeah,
you know
it's not a coincidence for me. I can't lie.
Yeah, because I think the photo, the initial release of him was 3 years later when he was caught for bank murder. So the 3-year gap, like when we talk about
changed over in that time. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So from his prison cell, Cannon once again denied being involved in Suzy's disappearance and complained through his solicitor that publicly naming him has caused him to be devastated and distressed. There was, however, insufficient evidence to charge Cannon over the death of Suzy, and in response, her parents considered bringing Cannon over the charge Cannon over the death of Suzy. In response, her parents considered bringing a private prosecution and civil action against him. So even Suzy's parents believed it was him.
Well, her brother still thinks it's him. He's the only one that's still alive. Her brother lives up in Scotland now, and he still says it to this day.
I think I mentioned him. Yeah, I think I mentioned him. Yeah. Starting in 2006, the Suzy Lamplugh Trust organised a National Personal Safety Day, which would become an annual event. By 2008, police were looking into other potential suspects and found a connection between Lamplugh and serial killer Steve Wright. Wright had been arrested on December 19, 2006 for suspected involvement in the murder of 5 sex workers.
I remember
He was convicted in February 2008, and officers involved in the Lamplugh investigation discovered that Wright had worked as a steward on the QE2 in the 1980s, same time as Suzy. However, a senior Metropolitan officer would later describe the link as speculative and that it was not a strong line of inquiry.
But did they have proof? He was working when she went missing.
Yeah, they went back into it. No, they could definitely rule him out of it because he was out of the country at the time when she was in in Fulham. He worked on the QE2 at the time. They could prove he wasn't nowhere near it.
Oh, let's look at the QE2. Where's that?
Right, in August 2010, police began another search of the field off the B4084 near Perishore and Drakes Broughton in Worcestershire without success. By late October 2018, another search was made of the property previously owned by Cannon's mother at Shipton Road in Sutton Coldfield. A team of investigators spent 2 weeks at the house and dug up the garage and the garden of the semi-detached home, now owned by another West Midlands family. Oh God, that's wow. That must have been awful. An excavation was conducted of the grounds of the property by 15 officers of the Metropolitan Police under the direction of an archaeologist. The Suzy Lamplugh investigation remains unsolved.
But regarding Steve Wright, she was a beautician on the QE2.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know what he was convicted of, but when police investigated his work records, they found he was working on the ship of the day that Lamplugh disappeared, meaning he couldn't have been responsible for her abduction. So he got absolutely ruled out of that. Like, that was dead in water, that one.
So, yeah.
He claimed to know who did it, though, so, you know what I mean? Like,
why not tell them?
Because it's him.
Why not tell them? If they knew who did it, why didn't you tell them?
Because it's the last bit of power, isn't it? It's the last fuck isn't it?
Glorifying himself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's last fuck you, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Cannon died in Full Sutton Prison on 6th of November 2024. Police have stated that they have no other suspects in this case, which has led us to believe that Cannon was their only suspect. Paul and Diana Lamplugh. Diana died on
18th of August 2011.
No, I've missed out. Both died. Are no longer around. Diane dying on the 18th of August 2011 at age 75, and Paul on 12th of June 2018. So this is the only surviving Lamplugh left, which is Robert. So this is Robert's statement after his death was announced. Robert Lamplugh, 64, said he was not mourning John Cannon. Richard, sorry, thank you. Said he was not mourning John Cannon, but has been left instead mourning the loss of him ever giving us closure. He told the Telegraph, I never wanted to meet the man, although my parents did meet with him. Well, that's a weird one, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned, he was a nasty bit of work and he manipulated people. He knew that information is power and he wanted to hold on to it. I was going to get down on bended knee and beg him for information.
Innit? I won't give him satisfaction.
No.
You do that to see our family handles the grief of her missing, and knowing that you know information and you're not going to tell somebody the truth is like saying...
He got through a lot of it.
Yeah,
he got through a lot of it.
Definitely.
Definitely got through a lot of it.
Yeah.
But the reckon on the day she disappeared, right, she made a mysterious phone call during the afternoon, right? 3 days prior to that, Cannon was released from prison. She had visited I think it was called the Prince of Wales pub, right? That's what it was called in Putney. He also went to that bar, did Cannon, right? The contents of her handbag were missing after she'd left, but they were found by the landlord of the pub. The landlord telephoned Lamplugh and she was supposed to collect her belongings at 6 p.m, the day of her disappearance. Several hours after she finished, a woman identifying herself as Sarah phoned the pub saying that she had a message for Lamplugh and left her number. A man then phoned the pub claiming to be a policeman and asking if the pub had Lampugh's diary and checkbook. Police confirmed the man was not a policeman and it was not known who Sarah was. The landlord said that he gave the paper upon which he had written the phone number to police, although this paper was lost.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I remember reading about that as well.
Yeah, it's typical.
Very convenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Let's see if this will go through. Oh, press play just yet. So this is the dating video we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And I actually watched it and it was creepy. He is a very creepy man.
Yeah.
So that is him. Now look, now think back to the composite sketch. Look at how slick back his hair is.
It looks
how smart he's dressed. Now I think he would have turned up like that to meet Suzy if he was this potential Mr. Kipper, potentially buying a house.
We're going to turn up in mucky jeans and oily rags. What he's got to look the part, especially if he's going in to look at her house, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is what if he would have turned up in. All right. Let's see if you can actually hear the audio.
Before his arrest, John Cannon made this video for a dating agency in Bristol. It was a controlled, confident performance.
I think a ruff would suit me. Tights and a sword. I can see me on some bridge or some galleon, bigger pirates. Yes, I can handle that. Yes, I have a dislike of inflated egos. People who are, they look at me, I'm great type. I don't like that. I can't handle that sort of inner weakness.
The kind of pretentious.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I just like just normal, average people.
And what do you look for in a person of the opposite sex when you first meet? What would attract you to a woman?
Well, I think apart from the physical side, again, I think somebody who's pleasant, who's natural, who's relaxed, somebody who's calm, just pleasant, just really nice.
They're career orientated.
No. Well, as somebody who's career oriented myself, I couldn't blame them for that.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, do you admire anything?
Well, look how he talks as well.
Very well spoken.
Yes, I've admired a few. People like Gandhi, philosophers like Bertrand Russell, present-day people like Prince Charles, who's socially aware. Yes.
So what was Cannon looking for?
Physically, somebody like Stephanie Beecham.
Who's that?
No, it's actually, she's, I think she's in Dallas, fucking Crest or something.
Look at him rocking back in his chair and full legs as well.
Somebody natural.
Cocky little fucker.
Nice. Pleasant. Somebody with character. A little personality.
Practical?
Practical, yes. Somebody, just somebody normal. Somebody who's easy and relaxed to be with.
I'm getting Ted Bundy vibes off this guy.
Yes.
Dry.
That was my point when so the first thought, I'll be pausing a minute. That's what I first thought when I watched this video. I was getting Ted Bundy vibes off him.
Yeah, very,
Ted
very
Bundy with the same smart, charming.
And you'll notice if you look at the photos of
Shower
these
pants
two
of
women,
anyone.
hold on, let me see if I can get back to this. I was looking at the photos. There's an article talking about this guy. But if you look at these two women side by side, these Shirley Banks and then Suzy.
Yeah,
together,
both look alike, don't they?
very, very, very similar.
Alike.
These two men. Yeah. You know how Ted Bundy had a type,
Oh.
long, dark hair, straight.
Oh yeah,
Definitely looks like somebody with a type. Kind of blondish to reddish.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with blondes.
So, did she have brown hair when she had blonde hair when she met him and she disappeared? Well, had you seen her with long dark hair before that and then marked her?
Possibly.
Possibly. It just because so many of these guys will have a type.
Yeah, they do.
Just gonna see if I can get the image that Jess was talking about. That Jenny was talking
I
about.
remember Joe Dando.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Well, that makes so similar.
Joe Dando's
They're very similar. See if I can find them.
They weren't sure if it came from her being on Crime Watch, presenting Crime Watch. Did she get too close to a crime? And then it all changed and another story emerged and then something else emerged. It was like, well, which is it? You know? And then they got the guy that
other two women
supposedly
life. It just makes you
just
Yeah, but if you think about the evidence that they actually had, right? They discovered DNA evidence in a car previously owned by Canaan that showed Lamplugh had been inside the vehicle. The criminologist informed police that Canaan said that he had access to a red Ford Sierra at the time when Lamplugh disappeared, a fact about which police were previously unknown. Detectives attempted to find the car and discovered it in North London scrapyard, allowing them to conduct a DNA analysis, and that were found in the car, Suzy Lamplug's DNA.
That was in that BMW that they
No, that was in a Ford Sierra that he had access to.
Okay, that's the one he said he had access to. Okay.
And it says, although tests indicated that both Lamplugh and Canaan had been in the car, the CPS felt that there was insufficient evidence to prove that both had been in the vehicle at the same time, meaning charges could not be brought against Canaan. Although he previously had said he drove the car often, Canaan subsequently changed his story and denied having used the vehicle. But the man who lent it to Canaan confirmed that he had access to the car at the time and said that Canaan may have used it on the day Lamplugh disappeared.
So why would he have ever been in that car? You know what I mean? Like,
why would his DNA be found in it if he's never drove it?
Well, yeah, and why would hers be in it at all? Because she didn't have any kind of connection to that car, right? It would only come through him.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a creep.
I think what he would do was he realised he slipped up and then retracted it each time. Because it's not the first time he said something and then retracted it.
Yeah, it couldn't be trusted.
That little bit of sliver of information would come out and then he'd automatically retract it.
I mean, we've all watched crime programs. We've all sat and seen. I watched them last night and I had to turn them off. I got sick of hearing about one last night. And it's just like, DNA now is a fabulous thing. Yes, it's come along in leaps and bounds and, you know, but back then, police are still like that now anyway. They don't really give a shit about certain things and certain criteria. You know what I mean? And, yeah.
When he kept saying Bristol businessman, the dating video said he's from Bristol.
Yes.
But he wanted something with a builder on it. Or something along the lines.
Yeah, his accent doesn't sound Bristol, does it?
No, that sounds proper posh, like Eton way.
I think for that video, I think for this dating video, he put that accent on.
He didn't because he spoke like that properly.
He spoke that right. You know.
He must if that were an act of an accent he put on, he must have spent hours learning that because you can't just physically do it all in one stretch. I mean, film
but a
stars
serial killer can become a chameleon though. They can portray themselves one way and then another.
No, because he spoke like that all his life. He went to a public school growing up. He were well educated.
Yeah.
Growing up as a kid, he were well educated.
When I see that dating video and the composite sketch, it's too many. For me, there's too many similarities with it. Because you can't really go on the mug photo because it was years later and obviously he looks dishevelled and I did put up a fight because his hair was a mess.
Yeah, I mean, look at me, for instance, right? Baggy top, scruffy hair. I can scrub up well, and I've got photographs to prove it. I showed some of the wedding photographers the video of us all walking into the room, Stacey. Our cat went, fucking hell, you look like you look the same age as him, never mind the lectures. So I can
agreed, Carl. Agreed.
Yeah.
You've got to think his first criminal conviction was at the age of 14 when he indecently assaulted a woman in a phone box. That was at 14.
At 14.
Yeah. And another thing that reminds me of, you know, they think he killed a lot more women than he actually they could pin on him. But what he was doing, he was sitting on death row in Florida. And as his date would get closer, he would be like, well, you know, if you can give me a stay of execution, I can tell you about these other women that are missing. You know, like he did it as a bargaining chip to push his date back. So I don't know. It almost sounds like something that this guy was kind of doing too. Like, not that he had an execution date, but it's like Carl said, like, it's like this game for them, you know, like, I have all this other information, you know?
Oh yeah. Happy birthday, Carl.
Happy birthday, Carl. I hope you had a nice day.
Egotistical. I love that word. A definitely drooler. He was so up himself. He didn't think he'd get through. But if I watch a video like that, which I've seen the video, and to me, he's creepy anyway.
He is.
So creepy. My knees are getting old.
I think these people also get off on like the additional cruelty to the family.
Yes, he definitely did.
Where the body is, you know, so they can give him a proper burial. Mm-hmm. I think they enjoy that, you know, knowing that they're kind of twisting the knife again. So.
Yeah. That's
like what's his name? Oh, Mars Murders. The one that's still not being found.
Oh, yeah.
Keith.
What are you talking about?
Is it Keith they never found?
Is it Robert?
Keith or Kevin?
As well.
Yeah, the young lad that nobody found. They kept that to themselves and they never told the family.
No.
Keith Bennett is name.
Yeah, is that Keith? But yeah, Keith Bennett's the last one that's ever been found.
Kind of like that, isn't it? You dangle that little bit, and then you're like, you tracked it just to cause that family more pain.
Mm-hmm. That's awful.
No, it won't Keith Reid. Keith Bennett, that's it.
Yeah, Keith Bennett.
But his modus operandi was to ply women with chocolates and flowers, and then he'd attack them when they rejected him.
Yeah.
I mean, he had an affair with his solicitor in fucking 86, 87, and then he threatened her and her family. Yeah. And then only 10 weeks after his release from prison, Cannon assaulted a woman at knife point in Reading after his attack was linked to DNA by semen.
Was he on day release or something?
No, he'd only been released 10 days.
Yeah. To a hostel, wasn't it?
Oh. Yeah.
Wynwood Scrubs.
Wynwood Scrubs. Fucking hell. I've got that place for a long time. Wynwood Scrubs.
Should have been let out.
They also found a match that had been asked to run the test between more sophisticated DNA testing equipment. Police used evidence from Cannon's cash point card to prove that he had travelled from London to Bristol that day. Reading is on the railway lines between these cities.
But even though it's circumstantial, it still points to him.
Yeah.
And when he signed up for that dating video, he gave a fake name of John Peterson.
That's it. Couldn't think of the fake name that he used.
See, why would you give a fake name as well? I don't. what's
that point, at that point he'd been convicted.
Yeah, that's why he gave a fake
He
name.
had convictions on his name already at that point.
But did not release that video on the dating site. They kept it off, didn't they? So they found it a little bit too creepy.
I think the woman who was doing the video.
Yeah, she found it a bit.
Good from him, so they didn't upload it.
They did because he received a high response from other daters. It did get released. It was one of the highest viewed videos.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought they released it.
Stop.
Oh look, there's Phil and Grant. Sorry. Oh God, they're even bigger now.
Yeah, that's what I got from it, Alison. He sounded like royalty.
Yeah, it's not. I couldn't imagine a family member going missing and not knowing where they are. We've had friends that have done that have gone missing, lucky enough to be found. But it's
especially for the chance to say goodbye. And obviously, this is publicised massively.
Yeah, you've got to think over 150 police officers from 5 different police forces spent around 140,000 man-hours on case.
Yeah.
Television appeals, searched for the car, telephone work, crime watch.
Yep.
And they still never got anything.
Scary.
Well, did Jill Dando do that crime watch on that bit? I think she did, didn't she?
No, because that was in the 90s and this was
Yeah.
And he got arrested for attacking a woman at knife point in 87.
Yeah.
But then she had a car linked to Banks, who he'd murdered Shirley Banks, and he'd repainted the car because the police searched his car 3 weeks after Banks had disappeared and found a tax disc from her car inside a briefcase in the glove compartment. Her orange Mini Clubman was found painted blue in the lock-up garages at the block of flats. The police bailed Cannon from the station in Warwick, where he's been interviewed for attempted robbery. News media immediately linked Banks' disappearance to that of Lamplugh, publishing Cannon's prior criminal record. The police charged him with assault on the 2nd of November. He had no alibi for the night of Banks' disappearance, and he claimed he had bought Banks' Mini from a man at an auction.
And you can get proof of that as well. Did you look at the proof of that he actually got it from an auction? Probably not. So that's a trail, at least paper trail, because they've got to have it all declared when you do a car at an auction.
What were the borders like though back then in 80s about
what?
And stuff going across borders?
A lot easier than it is nowadays.
So that could be a possibility. He could have done that.
Well, let's face it, in 40 years, nobody's ever found her body. And he's took that to the grave with him because he's dead.
Yeah, well, for England, they can go up and down this country from bottom of England to top of England and across it without no stops, no ID, no nothing. So he's got a full range of everything. And if he's got a driving license, you can get to the top of Ireland on it.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think they'll ever find her, if I'm honest. Not in my lifetime, anyway.
You got to think, the other woman he killed, Banks, he dropped her in Bristol, and the site name was called Dead Women's Ditch, which is part of an Iron Age camp at Downsborough in the Quantock Hills in the dark red mud. Police also found gold jewellery and buttons from a dress Banks had bought. According to pathologist Bernard Knight, she was killed by being hit repeatedly on the head with a rock. And that was an evil bastard, let's be honest.
Yeah. Going for that modus operandi, could he done that to Suzy? Rejected him.
Yeah.
The issue there is they've never found a body, so they can never prove what her cause of death was.
No.
So they find that skeleton, which, to be honest with you, I don't see it ever happening. He's took it to grave.
He has. I don't see a body ever being found.
I mean, you always said about that barracks. That barracks came up a lot in a lot of conversations in the past. Barracks are not a small place; they're quite big. So maybe they got the wrong place. Maybe they should. I mean, cadaver dogs can smell a dead body from 100 years ago. Get cow dogs on it and see what it comes up with.
I think I agree with you on that one, Jules. I
even know
think
that
if
kind
he
of
had been caught, I think he would have had a lot more. And I do believe there is a lot more murders that he could be tied to.
Look, it's very rare that police come out and say, well, we're not looking for anybody else for this murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare that they come out. And he's got cheek to say by his solicitors, I'm devastated and distressed. Really? Really? Are you?
Really
Because
weird.
Yeah, because he got caught. That's what it is.
Exactly. That's what he's distressed about.
Yep.
why should he have a reduction in his tariff after what he's done?
No, it shouldn't.
That's why I said, though, just about he had no incentive to admit to it.
Big up, Kev.
Hi, Kev.
Hey, Kev.
He had
And
no,
you're going to
because he
think
was
he was released from a
definitely-
prison hospital 3 days before Lamplugh disappeared. His colleagues said he often went to wine bars in Fulham where Lamplugh worked. Lamplugh was supposed to be Mr. Kipper when she disappeared, and Canaan was said to have used the name Kipper. So you got to wait, and then found that several estate agents had also been visited by a Mr. Kipper. Come on.
Yes.
Too many dots, man.
It's a little too convenient.
Too many dots and arrows going back to him.
Yeah, no, Jules. And you got to think, right? So last sighting of her was seen at 1 p.m. Then at 10 o'clock that night, they found her car.
Yeah.
Sighting driving north with a man at 2:45. Come on. It's all a bit too. It's all a bit too.
Yeah.
Too sus, isn't it? It's so coincidental.
Yeah.
Very.
But because they had no hard evidence, they couldn't charge him.
But you're telling me that DNA evidence wasn't enough, and that SLP 386S on the woman that he'd killed's car changed the number plate and the colour of the car. Come on.
It's too many connections to him to say it's
Listen,
not him.
when the police interviewed Canaan about the significance of the number plate on the Mini, he acknowledged that the initials could stand for Suzy Lamplugh, but said a Bristol businessman from who he bought the car for £100 was responsible for the deaths of Lamplugh, Banks, and another woman. So then tell him who it was then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
If you notice of the woman.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just. It's
Too many
just.
coincidences.
It's. Yeah. Friends in high places. Somebody knew what we're doing. He had help. I mean, if he had a red car, I mean, the Sierra for a start. If he had that and they were both DNAs in that from both of them, I mean, they can tell how far a DNA's been in how long it's been there because it degrades over a certain length of time. So if they're both in the car together and they're both DNAs in that car, then.
Well, how many years later have I found the evidence and it's still there, Cruzy? Come on.
Yeah. If it's still there, then it's got to be properly checked because for them to be in the same car means we're together. That's what I see it as.
What is DNA still be on file?
Yeah, they keep DNA on file.
He was matched it to his car.
Yeah.
And they reckon that he said he'd only confessed to her murder after his mother died to avoid causing further grief for her. An anonymous relation of Canaan also stated a belief that he would confess when his mother died. Canaan and his mother remained close after his conviction, and she continued to visit him every week. I mean, what mother in the right mind, after what he's been convicted of, still goes to prison every week and sees him?
That's a mama's boy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know if that were my kid, I won't be going and visiting him in prison.
Agreed.
What the hell happened to my scissors?
So
It's like
that's
they've only
strange.
got he's probably thinking they've only got me for this Shirley Banks one, murder-wise.
That would have known.
Yeah.
Because he now got an indefinite prison sentence, so he was never going to be released anywhere.
Nope.
Yeah, it's kept
And
on
when
file.
Scotland Yard come out and say in a press conference, which is fucking rare, and says they believe Cannon murdered her. Police don't really normally come out with that.
Yeah, exactly. They have no.
You can get sued for stuff like that.
Yeah.
They come out in 2002 and said, "Look, we ain't looking for anyone else." It was him that did it.
Yeah.
So why didn't he press charge? Why didn't he file defamation then?
Well, let's face it. If that were you or me, we were getting accused of it. We'd go for defamation of character because
Straight up.
but he didn't. He might have moaned and said his feelings were hurt. But let's be honest, if you were getting that and police are coming out and saying that, you'd go for a bit further and say, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Where's your proof?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
You'd stand
saying?
on the floor, won't you, and scream at the top of your lungs, it wasn't me.
Yeah. And
I
mean, he got a parole hearing after 33 years, but they refused to release him. And then he died 2 years later.
Yes, because they knew we were guilty of killing her.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't release him.
I reckon she could be where he buried that other one, Jules. Because it was like cesspit land. They found Shirley Banks there, but they never found her there. And I mean, in 89, he tried to stop BBC broadcasting a Crime Watch documentary about Shirley Banks, and he lost the appeal against it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he died of natural causes in end, but let's be honest with you. What he got convicted of, that's fair enough. But he always got one over on that family, didn't he? Because, let's be honest.
Not telling where she is.
That's cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine that. I mean, I look at grandkids and I think, you know, what would I do if one of my grandkids are, well, they're all big and older now. She could stick up for herself. Just go like that and she'll scare them all with her tits. But yeah, no, it's a scary world and people get away with a lot of things that it's really scary.
There's cases now where the police had the good foresight to store the DNA properly.
Yeah, well, you see,
knowing that somewhere along the line, DNA advancement would solve the cases. But even now, if they don't have the killer DNA, they can use
familiar DNA, which is a blood relative. It could be your uncle or that, which gives you familiar DNA of it.
Yeah, that's how they identify
crimes.
Yep.
The person's DNA wasn't on file, but when they put it towards someone related to them, they found the killer.
You see, the thing is now, they don't need to do that no more because you've got ancestry and all that old DNA. People have done DNA tests. Once you hand over your test to a company like Ancestry or Find My Passport, they're allowed to go to that company and say, can we have a sample of DNA test? And they can match. Yeah, they can match.
The thing is,
I'm a good girl to match because mine's my own.
You got to think though, Jules, right? You're saying that, right? So we're in a private school for boys from the age of 4, right? So he didn't have much to do with his parents, really, because they shipped him off to a public school, right? But he says between the ages of 7 and 8, he was sexually assaulted by a teacher. And they reckon, this is what he says, these events had a lasting effect on him and felt deeply ashamed by him. And then at the age of 9, he sought medical help for his anxiety and claimed the abuse left him struggling with feelings of humiliation and shame, which turn led him to express much anger and resentment. Cannon also had a difficult relationship with his father, who was quick to criticise and had an unpredictable temper. Cannon was in the Merchant Navy for 3 months, aged 17, then began working as a car salesman in his father's company. He was married in May 1978 to June Vale, and he had a daughter. So he's got 2 kids as well.
Yeah.
You know, that he'd never wanted out to do. He slipped into alcoholism and spent much of his time frequenting bars and nightclubs, trying to pick people up.
Mm. So kind of, So basically when he got rejected, it triggered him to react the way he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as a kid growing up, if that's happened to you, that should make you more not wanting him to do that.
Exactly.
Not going on to want to commit them kind of crimes. And that, what were the issue with blonde women? Because it wasn't a blonde woman that did it to him. It was a male teacher that did it.
Exactly.
So where did the obsession come from women?
You can imagine if you were a man, you'd understand. No, you wouldn't understand why, but you could understand the reasons and behind it because it happened when you were a kid and the teacher did. But to a woman, I don't understand that. You were humiliated. Why would you do it to a woman and do the same thing to her?
In 1968, assaulting a woman in a phone box. He was only 14 at the time.
Yeah.
So this has stemmed way back from when he was a kid, this obsession with assaulting women.
Yeah.
And he only ever had one steady girlfriend in all that time. Because he married her. And then she gave birth to his kid and he didn't want it. And by 80s, they'd divorced and he'd gone into alcoholism.
Mm.
But he was a violent bastard because it says here Major's attempt to leave the relationship triggered a violent reaction from Canan, who turned up at her house on New Year's Eve with a bottle of wine and, unbeknownst to her, a gun. Canan strangled Major during this subsequent attack. Major was able to fight Canan off and was taken to hospital in an ambulance. Canan told her on the way to the hospital that he'd meant to kill her. He later robbed a petrol station kiosk in February 81 using a knife to threaten 2 female assistants. The following month, during a robbery at a ladies' knitwear store, Canan assaulted shop assistant Jean Bradford at knife point and threatened to stab her 17-month-old baby who was in a back room. Bradford's mother arrived during the attack, only to be tied up by Canan and forced to watch the attack. Come on, that's something.
Twisted. That's twisted.
Yeah.
The more I hear about this bloke, the more I do believe he's the killer.
Yeah.
No one can change their mind on that one. There's too many dots connected to him.
The two that they did thinging, they were nowhere near it for me. The evidence all points to him. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
To be fair, now we never got charged with it, so fucking beyond me.
Yeah.
So,
Should have been charged for
say
that.
he did it. Obviously, he's definitely got away with it. We know that.
And he's took it
Did
to
he
grave
kill
room whether he has done it or not, because he's
Suzy?
dead.
Was Suzy the one? Was Suzy killed then first, then Shirley after the fact?
No,
No,
Shirley
Shirley was killed first. Then
Right.
she went after. She went missing after.
I mean, you
But-
look at what he did to his wife. Or is
So
When
he
he
it,
got away
took
with
that there, he held her hostage in his flat, Shirley
Yeah.
Banks. We don't know
Yeah,
what he
he
did with. Let's face it, after she's parked that car up, none of us know where she went after that.
no.
There's
I
been
don't
no
think he killed
trace,
Shirley.
nobody see anything. So
No.
what he did with her, fuck knows.
Yeah, I agree, Cal. He saw the female as the weak apart, and he thought he could get away with it.
Absolutely.
Fucking hell, women now aren't fucking weaker. Fucking hell.
And I've got his dating video up on the screen.
And it says here, a taxi driver came forward to say that a woman had called a taxi to Cannon's flat at about 2 p.m. on the day after Banks disappeared. But Cannon told him nobody had called one. And about 2:30 p.m., he borrowed a vacuum cleaner from a neighbour and was seen cleaning his car. Cannon's movements could not be accounted for between 3 and 7 p.m. Police brought in Holman, who he had attempted to abduct, and she immediately identified him in the lineup. So one of them put a press thingy there. And it said in the woods, she heard a struggle, punching a woman saying, no, and a man saying, I warned you what I would do. There was also a choking sound. She shouted towards the man with dark curly hair who saw her, ran towards her and lunged at her. The police were sceptical, but it's believed that it was possible she had heard or seen something in the woods. To a paw, Kevin. Lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it's not like he's just gone out and done Shirley Banks. A bit like Lucy Letby, there's a lot previous to this. I mean, age 14, assaulting women and that. Come on. Red flags have been there for a long time.
Yeah. Say it starts off with killing animals, doesn't it? Attacking animals.
Yes, they do torturing animals. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
they
it-
do say that.
You see, Kevin was in about 80s and 90s. Police were better than they are now. Thing is, there's still that stigma from
Oh, I had
80s
seen
and
that.
90s as well. I mean, a lot of things have changed. I agree with that. I mean, women and men, and I'm not just saying that, and men can actually now report domestic violence. Men find it hard to report domestic violence because they get laughed upon, and it shouldn't be like that. That's a stigma.
Yeah,
now.
but like back in days, let's be honest, Cruzy, right?
It
Not
wouldn't
many
exist.
people reported sexual assaults because they weren't sympathetic, were the
No.
police officers. They weren't like how they are today. Let's be honest. You get treated a
No,
lot
they're
better
not.
then. They didn't
No.
believe you then. It was your word against theirs. And let's be honest,
Yeah.
there were all these difference with interviews that there were then that there is now. You had to have a solicitor present for the start. Now you never had to have one then. They could just
I
interview
remember-
you.
I remember going to solicitors to get a divorce from John's dad. I went to court and I told the judge and everyone that was sat there, quite a lot of going on. And do you know what's going to say? Wait and report it to police. Report it to police. Do you know how hard it is to report something to the police that you're not going to get believed about? The stigma. You're married. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, you should have given it with him. You were married. No. It should have been like, and now it's not like that no more. But in some cases it still is, but not like it used to be. Women couldn't, or men could not talk about being domestic abused or sexually assaulted or raped by the partners back then because apparently
Exactly.
it was married.
Right.
You know?
That's how it was in the US for a long time. You couldn't be raped by a spouse, you know?
It's their
I mean-
legal right to rape you. No, it's fucking not.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it was in America for a long time.
Yeah, that would be hard for me to do all that shit.
So
you know?
Karen's sentencing, Jess, he got abduction, 14 years for abduction. He got 1 life charge for rape, a 2nd life sentence for sexual abuse. He got attempted kidnap 10 years, and another abduction 14 years, and obviously Sheila Banks murder life. So he got 3 life sentences.
So he won't get out
You're
anyway.
never going to come out
He
anyway.
won't get out at all. So that's what I mean. There was no incentive for him.
He applied for parole once in 2023 and he got rejected.
Good.
And then he died on my birthday last year.
Happy
Listen,
birthday.
I'm not birthday's done.
Ah?
I said, happy birthday, Jess. One less scumbag was in the world. That's how we celebrated.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's quite scary, though.
It is scary.
Yeah, it is. I mean, especially for, you know, like Lisa said there, so that no such crime as rape in marriage. When you're sat in the courtroom and you've got solicitors and judges sat there, they're all looking like, what do you mean? What do you mean? When you're telling them, why didn't you phone police? Well, all right then. I phoned police on my husband and said, look, he's beat me up. I only got away because I left. And he came to my mum and dad's and he grabbed me and threw me against the wall. And my dad came out and picked him up and threw him over the gate and said, never touch my daughter again. So my dad literally got involved. And for 3-4 years, I lived in fear because he used to sit in the bottom of my back garden and stalking me. I thought, police, what can't do that about? You still married to him? No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. I'm divorced. Please come and sort him out. And they wouldn't go out. It took me 4 years to finally realise when I got that knock on the door from his people saying, oh, he's died. I was like, thank fuck for that. Life for me could start to begin. But there was already in a relationship with somebody else who was an arsehole as well and mentally abusing, which were even worse. It was just like, what am I supposed to do? And then, of course, I got back with Tony again.
Really like, you can see the similarities in facial structure and hair and that between Shirley Banks and
They look
Suzy.
so similar. Those
So
two
similar.
really do.
I
Big up here, man.
stuck.
And
Was
you've
he
got to
rejected
think
by a
police have
blonde
checked
woman?
over 800 bodies and still don't, and they've still not found her. 800 bodies
Yeah,
they've
I
checked
can't believe
for Suzy
800.
Lamplugh.
Oh,
That's
I don't
crazy.
think
isn't
they'll
it?
find her.
Could
Oh,
you
that's the
imagine
second
that, though?
was it?
That
Here,
being
go,
your
found it,
kid,
yeah.
never finding her. You know,
This is
Yeah.
the second
your
Jess
kid
who was
dying
talking
before
about.
you.
Scary, isn't it?
Big up
800
here, man.
bodies and not one of them were out of
Is that the other Eve that you were talking
Yeah,
about, Jess?
that's the first E-fit. You look at that E-fit, he almost slicked his hair back like that. That looks like him. Look at that nose.
Yeah.
Look at that nose
The
there.
nose.
Look at his nose.
Yeah,
Not just that, it's that as well. I got
the
that
mouth.
bit there as well.
And that bit on the hair there.
Yeah.
And that.
I'll compare it to the dating video where his hair is slicked back. It's too,
Yeah.
it's
It
you,
looks
it's
like
too
the
similar,
video
not
composite,
him.
but he's doing the video thing.
Because we made the same comment, didn't we, about what's his name? The bloke from Jill Dando.
Yeah.
George. Because they were,
Yeah.
what was it, a year apart from
His
his mugshot to the E-fit. And then when you went back and looked at a photo of him around the time of Jill's murder, that was very similar.
Yeah. It's like me. He took a mugshot of me when I was 14. I still look the fucking same. Nothing's changed apart from the wrinkles and the grey. That's it. I swear, honest to God, I've got old school friends that see me now and go, fucking hell, you're Sue. I'm like, oh, God. Really, am I? No, I'm not. You are. You're Don Andrew's sister. Fucking hell, man. Oh.
I don't believe he's done more.
Yeah, of course he's done more.
Yeah, that ain't the first one he's got away with.
No.
The thing is, when police come out and say, look, we're not looking for anybody else to this, there's not much projector, is there to say, well, oh, it could have been this person or that person.
Exactly. Yeah.
They knew.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
more yes than a no on this case, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They knew it was him from the start.
I agree. They knew it was him. They just had no.
They had the
strong
evidence.
Evidence.
No,
No,
they had the
The
strong evidence.
evidence, but
They
not
had the
enough for
evidence.
CPS. Come on.
Yeah, they did. They had the evidence. They just didn't go on it. They just pushed it to us out. Oh, now forget it.
They must have thought they weren't going to have enough to go to court with.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a
How many times has the case been thrown out because it's been circumstantial and not?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. I'm imagining it's probably the same over here, but over there. But here, there's double jeopardy laws. So if you are,
Oh no, we've not got that now.
We've
Somebody's
got-
bringing
we've
it
got-
up.
so
We used to have that. It got changed.
See, it was
used to have it.
here.
And
Yeah, we
regarding
used to have
Michael
it.
Sams, so it said in the mid-90s, speculation arose that Michael Sams may have murdered Lamplugh, as he'd just been convicted of kidnapping an estate agent named
Definitely.
Stephanie Slater in
Yeah.
Birmingham, as well as murdering Leeds prostitute Julie Dart. However, police found no evidence for the theory and discounted it, noting that Sam's crimes were likely to have been influenced by the high-profile Lamplugh case. Furthermore, Sam's only had one leg by 1986, and no witness sightings of the man seen with Lamplugh on that day reported him walking with a limp or only having one leg. So they ruled him out, Jules.
Yes,
Slugs his eyebrows. Yeah, got him over, haven't he?
No, so this was Michael Sams that had done this, Julie Dart, and
Stephanie
thing is,
Slater.
this was a different crime, but it was.
Yeah.
They did investigate him for it, Kevin, but he got ruled out of it.
Yeah,
Same
no
as
one
Steve
suggested
Wright.
There was nothing to connect him to her at all. And Julie died. I think he said that it was an accident that she died. His intention wasn't for her to die. He was
Just wanting ransom money, but he suffocated her in that bin that he kept her in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But he's going again now. I'm remembering things.
All about learning in here.
Yeah.
Big up, Sam. There is some wrong uns in the world.
It's really scary.
And there's a lot more like it as well. Do you know that?
Yeah.
It's scary.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
it's
face
like
it, how many women haven't come forward about him? Because back in 80s and 70s, it was different then. It was frowned upon. Let's be honest, how many people have gone to their grave knowing he's done something to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot. A lot. Thing is, I mean, you know, we're in that thing right now where we've got Harry and we know what's happened with him. And they had his they adjourned his thing the other day. They opened his inquest into his death and adjourned it. And I now know he got stabbed in the chest, not in the back. And I'm like, I want to go to a court case. When it comes to court and they get him and he goes to court, I'm going to go to every single court case that goes on. Every hearing that is there, I'm going to go to. Because I want to know exactly what went on. Because they're all changing the stories again now. I said it wasn't down to somebody else. It was down to, you know, it wasn't down to Harry. It was somebody else. And this guy's been up run now for 3 weeks. And this, I don't understand why.
I don't know that about Michael. I don't know the Michael Sams case, Jess. I'll have to look it up.
You don't know Michael Sam's case? You need to learn about it.
No.
Stacey.
Yeah, you do. It's a good case.
I'll watch that then. Because that
Really good one. I can't lie, and he was very clever because he left clues and do you know the other reason they caught him? They did a Crime Watch appeal and he phoned the estate agent and he said, what time's the money going to be ready? And he went, never you mind. And his wife were watching it and recognised him saying, never you mind, how he said it. And that's how the court Sams.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at that one.
It's a good one, it's Michael Sams, but they reckon he'd been influenced by that estate agent's murder.
Yeah. Julie Dart's from Leeds as well, Stacey.
Yeah, I just read it on a wiki. He was from Keithley, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. But he was a clever bastard, Stacey, because when he went to pick the ransom money up, they had to go to different phone boxes, pick different clues up. It was like a treasure hunt. And then he left where the money was. He had a scooter underneath it and he left it on like a cat tray and he pulled the money down. And then he released her and then they caught him about a year and a half later. But he was an evil bastard and he only had one leg.
Yeah, because did he try to get left in a phone box as well, and it went wrong? They put it in the wrong
First time, yeah.
phone box in there, something. Yeah. Thank you.
His ex-wife
Oh, yeah.
shocked him in.
I'm like a poem.
Apparently his ex-wife saw the crime watch and shocked him in.
Yeah, because she heard him say, they had the taped recording of it, and he says, "What time is it?" And he goes, "Never you mind." But he said it in a way that only his wife recognised the voice straight away as soon as he said, "Never you mind." And that's how they caught him on Crime Watch in 94, that one. But he was a very, very evil man as well. I can't lie. You know, I can't even lie and say. And it's like when he got interviewed in 2000, right? Going back to Kenan, Kenan says there are one or two things I haven't been caught for over 5 days of interviews. Kenan did not prove interviewers with any information that could eliminate him from the inquiry and did not provide an alibi for his movements between the 25th and 28th of July, 86. In September 2001, Cannon was arrested again and questioned at a London police station, but he again provided no information that could eliminate him from the inquiry. Let's be honest, if you knew you hadn't done it and you knew where you were, you'd tell police where you were, innit? So for me, it's not like Suzy Lamplugh, fucking thingy last week, Nurse Wellby could say, well, she deserves a retrial because none of us are sure. With this one, for me, it's 99% he's guilty, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It's too much circumstantial evidence to say it's not him. You know what I mean? It's too much coincidental.
I am.
It's
a mum.
If it was like one or two pieces of evidence to say, oh yeah, it was him, then fair enough. But there's way too many arrows straight pointing to him to say it's him. And I will go to my grave and say he is the one that killed Suzy. It's too much to say it's not him.
I am her mum.
And him saying, like, he'd say one thing that'd make it look like he knew exactly, he knew he did it. And then when he clicked on, he quickly retracted it. I think he did it twice.
Yeah, he did it at first. He said he'd done it. Then he backtracked and said, no, I haven't done it.
Yeah, if he was innocent, why are you saying that you did it and then quickly backtrack?
Let me see.
Well, you'd backtrack. If you haven't done it, you wouldn't go to prison for something you haven't done. Fact.
No.
So
no, I
the police missed a big thing by not charging him. I
think the first case that they did, it was poor. And unfortunately, the incompetence by the police in the 80s probably prevented John Cannon getting arrested for their murder. Facts. And lazy police work as well, because he ended up going to prison for life. They knew he would never come out as well. So I suppose they were never dead set on really, like, pushing it. Why weren't he included in an identity parade? There's lots of ifs, buts. Why didn't they look at him? You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from police's point of view, it was quite poor. Do I believe he's done more? Yes. But do I believe do I believe he's guilty? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't watch that thing, but I think on this occasion, this one's definite for me.
Yeah,
so Stephanie Slater and Julie Dart are the ones that.
So when he kidnapped and let go, and the other he murdered, but he didn't mean to murder her. Now, I know that seems silly saying that, but she suffocated in this like contraption shit that he had her in. He was just wanting to basically get money.
Where is it?
I think so, Brula.
Yeah, guilty. So what do you like, guys in the chat? After everything been put forward,
I just need to prove that I'm your mum. So that's me. No, that's me. That's Stacey. And that's me.
Has the devil come yet, Jess?
You're gonna have to wait for next Sunday.
Right, sweet.
Not for that. I've got something else as well, but
me, Stacey, and my lad. That's us.
So, hang on. So, chat. Think they're all pound in agreement that he's guilty. Chat, what do you believe? Do you think he's guilty?
He's guilty.
Or do you think it's just a coincidence?
No, he's guilty.
You wait for next week, Wiz.
What have you done? What have you got?
Don't you? You'll have to wait for next week.
Oh, you can't do that.
Oh,
Yeah, fucking can. It's a surprise. Mrs. Diddy knows.
never.
That's the only person that knows.
yeah, gobby as ever.
That's what
She went home a day and was like, Car saying, we're not going out, Car. We come back to you. No, I've had 2 days going home. But Nana, we love you. No. Yep, she's definitely got a little shit.
Hey, guilty. That Kevin said guilty.
Drooler said guilty. I haven't seen anybody say
Guilty.
not guilty.
Yeah.
I
Do you
haven't
know
seen
what,
anybody say.
I feel sorry for the boyfriend she gets because she will fucking batter him if he ever tries out. Yeah, he's definitely guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be next Sunday at 8, Kev, because Liverpool play on the Saturday.
Saneem says guilty as well.
Yeah.
I don't
The
think
reason
there's
why I
going to be anybody saying he's not guilty.
Yeah, where's guilty? It's
I
just
don't
too
know what
much
Jules is saying.
Where is that?
too much circumstantial evidence to say it's not him.
Yeah. Where is that bloody picture of all us together?
Stacey needs to do a thumbnail for it, though.
I am.
No, it is,
Right,
Kev.
I'll get that done tonight.
We've got an easy week anyway.
No school.
I drove out of school
Yeah,
and going, no early mornings. Boop, boop, no early mornings. She's like, motherfucking shut up.
Like, no. I said, have you done this one?
Nah, I think he was definitely guilty, this guy. I can't lie.
Yes.
I agree.
Order in the courtroom. Definitely guilty.
I need to bring me a mallet in, don't I?
You
You
wait for
need to
next
do like,
Sunday.
you know what you call it?
No, we're only thumbnails up till November, Lee. I need to do some more this week.
Let's see what you done there. Right.
Oh, look at them pictures of Ireland.
Before I came out of fucking. Yeah, Allison's put guilty as hell.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's any weighing factors to say.
I'm definitely guilty.
Nope. I'm still top.
At least we've got the crime bit out before people started asking silly questions. So thank you for that, guys.
No, big up, peeps. Why would I want to tell you anagram answers? That's giving you an unfair advantage.
Is it?
I know it's
I'll give Ian in or Vinders.
adjust into something different and all that.
Yeah, it's adjusting to something different, but something. I've got Alice in Wonderland settled on my leg, Wizzy. With cat and everything.
Really?
Oh, are you still prepared to have that on Wednesday?
Look, she's there, look. You see her?
Oh, do you have the Cheshire Cat too?
Yeah, it's round here, look there.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Jimmy.
Why is it? I can never find any photographs. Oh, I just want Stacey's photograph.
Don't complain. I didn't ask him coming for you. I ain't complaining. You've got a long way to catch me up.
You can ask me, I'll
Look,
go in the
there's
face.
proof as well. Look, there you go. 5 generations of my family all in one room.
It does
Look.
believe you, Mum. It's winding you up. You're doing it with
that's
me.
my dad. That's me, granny. She's 98. That's me. Look, Stacey. Look, she's got a big gob. Look.
I don't know.
I'm going to say something. The reason why I mentioned
winding him up.
BTK because Netflix had just done a documentary of his daughter.
I know.
Yeah, no, Mum said it's shit.
BTK shit. Yeah, I watched it. BTK. They've done a documentary of his daughter. It's shit.
Hang on. Don't Criminal Minds do that? There's Criminal Minds, that program we watch. They do it on BTK.
There's also an episode.
Something.
There's several episodes on BTK. If you watch that mini series that's on Netflix, it was called Mindhunters.
quite a few.
Mm.
Do you know a bit more about this BTK then, Rennie?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do know about this guy. Very scary. Very, very scary person.
He looks it. I'll bring a picture up, Jeff. You don't get spooked out by
Right,
it.
just remind me about what he did.
I'm not thinking on him. I'm not up
He was
there.
called
Entire
BTK.
families, bind, torture, kill.
Torture and
Yeah,
kill.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
how normally, right, when serial killing's happening, it's normally in America, the media will come out and give him a nickname. Oh, prime example over here. Peter Sutcliffe. He was nicknamed the Yorkshire Ripper by the media.
yeah.
He picked his own serial killer name.
He lived in Wichita, Kansas, kind of in the middle of the country. He worked for a long period of time. He was working for a company called ADT, which does home alarm systems. So he was going into people's houses.
Yeah.
Very, very scary person. Murdered.
That's what it looked like.
Went after entire families. Would kill
He did
entire.
it, killed the entire family.
Criminal Minds. There's an episode with Criminal Minds that do the same thing. So, yeah, I remember it now.
Very scary. This went on
So
for years.
You were looking at him, you wouldn't think he'd done all that, would you?
Looks like Harold Shipman.
Look at Dennis Fraser. That's the BTK. Or Jess. He showed absolutely no remorse
No, I didn't.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I
Even in
remember him
court. He stood there in court, I kid you not, Jess, relayed all the people that he killed with absolutely no emotion in his voice or in his face. No remorse whatsoever. Yeah, I killed them. I did this. No remorse whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was
Look at him, you won. I won. I wouldn't have thought that's the name.
Very, very scary guy. Knew eventually he was going to have to be caught because he couldn't be famous until he was caught. You know what I mean? Like these people, just very scary.
He follows my cousin's writing. Well, what's that? Instagram, sorry. Yeah, but he showed absolutely no remorse whatsoever.
I feel really sorry. He has a son and a daughter, and the daughter has been super forthcoming. She's actually a really good person and is trying to. She's let them do a lot of medical testing, scanning her brain, doing all these things, trying to figure out why people do these sorts of things. And I've always felt really sorry for the kids and the wife because they had nothing to do with any of it. You know,
they get the stigma as well, don't they? It's just like,
of course, yeah. It's just sad. It's
yeah, it is. Yeah, I've watched a lot of crime documentaries on America as well. I won't say I like them. I just
So basically, he came out and said he wrote letters, and he said the code words for me will be bind them, torture them, kill them. BTK.
Yeah, Criminal Minds.
So he named himself.
There's some fucking sickos out there, you know.
Yeah.
I think American serial killers are more brutal than England ones, though. Can't lie, you know.
His first murder
We'll say
the whole family.
I think they're more brutal, me, Renee, in America.
Yeah. No, they are.
They are.
Well, America's a more violent country in general.
Yes,
I
agree. No, I agree with that.
What was our most? I think Harold Shipman's our most serial killer, isn't it? Is it Harold Shipman? Yeah. He's the most serial killer that we've had.
One of. Yeah.
One of the most.
One of.
Problem is with Harold Shipman. Fucking hell, if he wouldn't have thingied, he would have never got caught, that fucker.
Would never got caught, no.
Got money out of it, didn't he? Got loads of money from him.
Well, yeah, because they all left him fucking well.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, he was looking after these old biddies, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, fucking well. He wasn't looking after them, all right. He was just fucking thingy.
I think the serial killer that scares, well, there's two that really scare me. Ted Bundy scared me really bad. But the other one that really scared me was the Night Stalker, the guy that worked in the 80s and 90s. Like, he was
Ramirez.
Demonic. Yeah, Richard Ramirez. He was very
See, the thing is, Richard Ramirez, his MO changed constantly. He didn't go for like like with John Cannon, we could see similarities in looks between Shirley and Susie. With Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, they were all different, different ages as well.
Yeah.
He didn't
I remember that
have
one.
like a specific thing to go for, which
Yeah.
But Ted Bundy, he got some pictures sent to him.
Oh yeah, because he was always a nice looking guy, you know.
He had the looks, he had the charm. He was also studying law, so he knew law and stuff like that. And he managed to escape. Was it twice? He escaped prison.
It was in Utah. He got out. I know he got out in Utah. He escaped. He was in prison in Utah and got out. And I think he actually got out of courtroom once.
Yeah, because I know once he killed one of the escapes he did. He killed 2 sorority sisters, I think it was.
Yeah, that was in Florida at the University of Florida. He killed, or maybe that was Florida State. That was Florida State, I think. He killed at least 2 that night.
Yeah, because he had that on top, didn't they? And the second time he escaped, he didn't do anything. He just went hiding somewhere, and they found him.
Really scary.
It's just, oh my God.
But the sad thing was he was on death row in Florida, and he had killed a lot more women and girls because the longer it went on, he was killing younger and younger girls.
Yeah.
And they were pretty sure he had murdered several other girls that were dark-headed and kind of met the MO of the women he had been killing. But he was really a conniving little shit. Like it would be coming up, his execution date, and he'd be like, "Oh, I remember some more things. I remember about a girl you guys are looking for." And he did this for years. And finally, the state of Florida was like, "You know what? Fuck you, bro." And they
death row. And what did he do? He married. Was it solicitor? I think it was.
Yeah, I don't
On the stand, married her on the stand, so she couldn't give evidence against him because you're not forced to give evidence against your spouse. He was narcissistic, but he was smart though. He knew what he was doing.
He was cold and calculated.
Mm.
Very calculated.
You've got to be that kill that many people.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
A lot. Yeah. Very scary.
One thing that riled, and I think a lot of Americans were riled, the fact is that he was allowed to marry her, even though he was incarcerated, and still had a kid with her.
Well, would want to have kids, even though you have to think up woman as well. Are they wired up right?
She stayed with him for a long time, and then she divorced him.
I wouldn't have married him in fucking first place.
Nope.
That was grim. Why would you want to marry a serial killer? I mean, I know there were a lot of there's people out there that write to him in prison and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Richard Ramirez, he got a lot of naughty mail. Naughty mail he did.
No, that's sick for me.
When they were getting moved from police custody to the courts.
He did know him.
Richard Ramirez, yeah. So I rewatched my documentary the other night. They were transporting him from the police to the courts, which is just down the road. There were people lying in the streets, and there was one woman that actually went like that to him. Tits out and locked.
Oh my lord! It wasn't you, was it?
No, but he was loving him over her. And I'm twisting my head. That's really interesting, darling.
That's what you say.
Yeah. Documentary on Netflix, Jess. I think they show you pictures that you've got sent. Women, literally women in naughty clothing, shall we say, or next to nothing.
I don't understand the fascination.
I'll see if I can find her.
I don't understand the fascination of a woman having an attraction to a serial killer by sending letters and.
No, absolutely
I don't
not.
get it. Knowing for a fact what is Ted Bundy did as well. You know,
Ted Bundy had loads of girlfriends.
He did. He was a good looking dude with Ted Bundy, but that's why he also managed to get away with it so long, because he was good looking. No one would believe he was a serial killer. just by looking at him because of how he presented himself.
Well, and
Trying to
that's
get-
how he got a lot of women to get in the car with him. Like,
Yeah.
cast on his arm, you know, or be limping around asking women for help, you know. And yeah.
Very
Oh,
scary.
I don't know. I'm not into pen paling fucking serial killers though. Fuck that shit.
No, not at all.
It's sorry, Julie, isn't it? It's weird, isn't it? Or is that just me?
Look,
Like,
it's
I find that weird.
Listen, Jess, I'm with you. Why would you want to be a pen pal to a mass murderer?
Oh
Serial
no.
killer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, isn't it? That's not normal, is it? That. Oh, what fruit
No,
you getting that? They must be as sick as them, innit, Kevin? I'm in agreement.
Yeah.
There's definitely something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Something that happened.
Wired up wrong, Rennie.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Innit,
Dad.
mate? Yeah. Facts.
Yep. Okay. I get it. I couldn't even speak then. I agree.
So basically, Richard Ramirez was allowed to reply to these women.
I didn't even get the rights they were allowed to reply to. I'm like, fuck, you get no rights. Scruffy cunt.
So this is one of the letters that this is on public record. So someone is put. So this one's a lady called Tia. It's good to hear from you. I want to wish you a happy holidays. Will you be doing anything special? Thank you for the picture. You're very beautiful. Please send me more from head to toe, please.
I don't get it.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ted Bundy with a. Yeah. I don't
married her there and then in court. Oh no. You married her there and then in court. Proposed to her there and then in court.
And he got married.
That's sickening.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy was a really scary.
I just don't get the concept of why would you marry a mass murderer?
Oh no, you're not wired up right, in my opinion. I can't lie. Oh, isn't it? Droll of facts. Isn't it?
She believed you were
Droll was straight to the point. I agree.
No, isn't it? Nothing worse, Droller. Oh, it'll make me skin crawl just thinking about it. Well,
it's
just... I'm going to make it sick anyway, so you can certainly can't wank over my picture.
Well, he had a stepdaughter before. While they were doing all these murders, he did have a stepdaughter, and she soon got rid.
Yeah, but you don't be known by name, do you? Would you want to know that your father or your stepdad's a serial killer? No.
Not so much.
Not at all.
See, his stepdaughter, I don't know if he adopted her or not. She's done a documentary about it from her point of view. But yeah, even behind bars, he married and had the kid with this woman that is his lawyer.
Even that,
she's doing a documentary
from her side of things. I wouldn't even want to have known. I wouldn't even want anybody to know I'd not right with him. I would felt fuck that.
There you go. Look, that's while he was incarcerated.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, why would she want to do that if she didn't want to know who she was? Why would you want to associate yourself with the mass murderer?
She probably needed the money.
Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I would never ever go on TV and say, "Yeah, my dad's or my mum." Actually, my mum's a serial arsonist.
Wouldn't you? Well, no, I would. Wouldn't have anything to do with mother, would you?
No, my mum was a serial arsonist. On documentation, it actually said my mum was a serial arsonist. She set fire to the house 14 times. I won't go on the TV and go like that. Oh yeah, I need the money, so yeah, why not? Look that, no.
Fucking hell! I need money, so I'll set house on fire. Fuck me.
Oh, best one when she set house on fire. Wheel, there was a tie that came down the street on fire, turned left, up the steps, in through the front door, into the living room.
Fucking hell.
So it's here. Despite Bundy's conviction, so he married Carl Ann Boone while on trial for murder.
I don't get it.
Despite Bundy's conviction, Boone continued to believe in his innocence, often visiting him in prison, and the couple welcomed a daughter together, Rose Bundy, allegedly conceived behind the prison walls. It was only after Bundy admitted to more than 30 murders that the couple split.
Scruffy bitch, even dropping in knickers for him, man.
Well, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I swear
She
to God.
said at the time, I've never seen anything in Ted that indicates any kind of destructiveness, any kind of hostility. He's a warm, kind, and patient man.
Yeah, fucker was the one. Yeah, when he's
Oh,
killing
yeah.
someone.
Sounds it. Sounds a right little treasure he does. You know, take him home to your mum and dad.
Absolute blast.
I mean, invite him round for Sunday dinner and he'll have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
can't you
Well,
up as well,
well,
like,
I
but
think-
each to their own.
I think they
First of
both
all,
were dating before he got arrested. So he was killing these women while he was dating this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She said, I liked her immediately.
She said secret. She didn't want to say that about what he did. Because she found out what he did and she tried to keep it all secret. She wouldn't get involved in it. So she kept identity secret.
The hard ruler.
I do the same.
No, thank you. What's the name?
Oh, so he escaped a courthouse library in Utah.
Mm. I don't
And
know.
he fled to
Nine
Florida.
seconds, Carl.
In his first escape, Bundy fled through a courthouse library window
Yeah,
and was
jumped through.
apprehended. But upon his second escape from his Utah jail cell, he fled to Florida, where he committed 3 more murders and multiple assaults.
Sad. And one of those murders was a young girl.
Yeah.
Just
He killed 30 people.
Yeah.
I reckon he did more than that.
That they know about. That
Yeah.
and that's her. And there was a lot of complaints. Like I remember when he finally died, there were a lot of people coming forward that had daughters missing that were pretty sure he had done it. And they were like, no, you can't kill him because he hasn't confessed. And it was like how long are we going to let this go on? You know, like he could extend this out indefinitely.
Oh, Rosemary's Baby's on at 10 o'clock. That's a fucking awful film and all. Oh.
So
Crazy.
he was seeing someone called Elizabeth Kendall at the time. And at the time, well, so they believe he was still seeing Elizabeth when he started seeing Carol. So I know Molly's done a documentary about it.
Well, I am shocked he was not a faithful boyfriend. That is shocking.
And Green Bay River Killer, that's Gary Ridgway, that innit?
Right,
Yeah.
peeps. I'm going to wrap this one up. Bless up to everybody that's joined us this evening. It's been a pleasure as always. Big up to the chat. Respectful as always. We'll be back tomorrow to do Port Vale versus Stockport, and then it's the Carabao Cup and the Premier League football. Big up to everybody that's joined us tonight. It's been a pleasure. Nice topic of conversation and respectful as always. This has been Crime Live.
Yours as well, son.
we like the crime.
Yeah, very nearly. And there's only
That's
one
why
thing
it's
to
like the
say.
time we just won't do it.
It's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from her.
Good night from me.
It's good day from all of us.
Take care, people, and don't have nightmares. Sleep tight, and we will see you all again tomorrow. Peace out.
Leeds United, dancing bright, spend our army up all night.
Laughing, sharing, having fun. The beat goes on. We just begun.
Like and share, let's all unite. Tottenham crew, feeling right. Goodbye from me, from her, from us. The party's here. No need to rush.
Army strong, the baseline drops.
Spin around, the fun won't stop. Laughs and cheers, a groove we made.